Hello, I'm attorney Boyd Shepard. I'm a lawyer here in Houston, Texas, and I provide legal services, representation, and counsel to Texas dentists and hygienists. Welcome back, and thank you for watching the LegalDental.com YouTube channel. Please remember to hit the red subscribe button just below, and also click the notification bell to receive notifications of when new video uploads are available on the LegalDental.com YouTube channel. In this video, I will be discussing transition and transactions for a dental practice buyer buying a dental practice. Certainly, the considerations in buying a dental practice are going to include the initial assessment of the practice itself, also the necessary consultants. Do you have professional advice available for you? And also getting an inspection and reviewing the equipment and supplies that are for sale in the practice. You're going to need to get professional advice in each of these areas. Obviously, the initial assessment will be done by you. Do you like the demographics of the area? Does the area and the type of practice make sense for you and what it is that your goal is for establishing or purchasing a dental practice? Do you have an accountant available to assist you in reviewing the financial numbers, either in starting from scratch, but particularly in the event that you are purchasing a practice? Do you have professional advice to help you review the financials from the history of the existing practice? Do you have an attorney? Do you have someone available to assist you in the inspection, looking at the equipment, and just an overall overview of the entire practice? Certainly, you're going to want to get the equipment inspected. That is a big part of the assets, obviously, in the purchase of a dental practice, the hard assets. There are minimum points to negotiate in the transaction or transition of a practice from a seller to a new owner or buyer. Certainly, you're going to want to review the list of assets that are made available to you from the owner, making sure that this list of assets is complete. You're going to want to review the list of excluded items. What items has the seller excluded from the sale of the practice? Is this your understanding from when you initially reviewed and assessed the practice? What was promised to remain versus what was advised that would be leaving the facility? We've already discussed the inspection of the equipment, but you're also going to want to get an inspection of the premises. If it's a lease or if it's real estate, you're going to need an inspection as well as perhaps even a lease review and a discussion concerning the landlord and the remainder of time on the lease. Also, what is the status of the employee benefits and accrued vacation? Is this being disclosed to you? Is it accurate? Are you able to see a patient list and determine and categorize active patients versus patients that have historically been a part of that practice, and over what period of time? You're going to want to confirm the status of whether or not the seller's corporation is in good standing. You don't want there to be any hiccups at the time of closing with respect to their ability and their authority to sell assets and sell the practice to you and everything that's included in that. Is the owner going to stay on as an employee? Do you have an agreement? Do you have something in writing? And what are the terms of that employment relationship? What is the compensation terms? Is that employer going to be paid on percentage of collection, production, a flat rate? and for how long will they be an employee of the practice? What is the purpose being served there? And also, with respect to state board compliance, anytime there's a transition of a practice, there is an issue with respect to the ownership of records. The state board regulates in Rule 108.8 how records are to be handled at the termination or transition of a dental practice from one doctor to another. And you're going to want to make sure that that is handled correctly and articulated correctly in the sale documents. I have available on my website a multi-page document for the buyer of a practice. It's all of the items in checklist form that you should be looking into and thinking about and considering when purchasing a practice. It's a new owner, purchaser, startup checklist. It's good for you if you're starting a practice from scratch or if you are buying into an already existing practice. It covers all of the areas that you should be addressing in that transition. So, to summarize, as a business person, a practice owner, a business owner, you should have an awareness of contract terms, but also get good professional advice through the process. An accountant, an attorney. You need to have legal counsel available from the very beginning. The review of the earnest money contract is very, very important. This sets out the initial terms of what will be expanded on and understood in the final transaction document. You may have the sale documents presented to you by the seller, and you'll need legal counsel to review those documents. Certainly your attorney or the seller's attorney can draft the documents either way, but at a minimum, if the other party is, or the seller is drafting the documents, your attorney will need to be available to draft suggested language during the negotiation process. And obviously having a lawyer available with experience in the negotiation of terms in a dental practice sale or transition. I hope that you found this video to be helpful and educational. Please see the link in the description below the video to access forms available from legaldental.com, specifically forms like the one that I showed you in this video. Please be sure to check out the additional videos I have available here on the legaldental.com YouTube channel. Remember, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, make sure you're getting notifications of new video uploads available on this legaldental.com YouTube channel. I will see you then. Thank you again for watching.